Siah. Today is the 12th. It is my 7th month anniversary. Shout out to my partner. Happy anniversary. Anyway, so man, it's like so much is always going on. Even when it seems like nothing is going on, there's so much movement and change. You know, every week I'm somewhere different. And the thing that has come up for me this week is something that I tend to say often, but I've really actually experienced it in my own life. It's easy to say things. You know, they always say, yeah, easier said than done. It's easy to say things, great quotes, words of wisdom, you know, words to live by. But if you've never gone through anything or experienced it, are you actually living by it? Or are you just quoting? So, a lot of my life, because of whatever inner knowledge or awareness or consciousness or what have you, intuition, all that great stuff that I have, I've always known certain things, right? Which is how I've been able to write on certain topics or share certain insights or counsel, whatever. However, lately, it's like all that I've known over all these years, I'm actually having to put it to practice. I'm having to earn that awareness. It's like it was given to me and I knew it, and now I'm earning what was given to me. You know, usually you work towards something and then you get it. Well, this has been actually the opposite. It's like Benjamin Button, It's like I was given an inner knowing, sort of like an old soul. You don't know why you know certain things, but you do. Now I'm earning it. And so this past week, what's come up is to see closed doors as openings. Give that some thought, to see closed doors as openings. Because we may have in mind a direction in which we want to go, a project that we want to start, a business to open, a relationship inside of which to enter, whatever. We might have an idea or even a desire to do something. But if that door doesn't open, it means that that is not the path. That is not the way. So if everywhere you look, that door is closed, it's an opening. Because as you continue to turn, you eventually turn to an opening. But if you always look at the closed door and see it as closed or try to force it open, you won't be aligned in the way that is meant for you to be aligned. So I've had to reach this place of seeing the experiences that I've been having in the 2 months here in Atlanta as closed door openings. Because for me, I've really tried to practice in my life flowing. Because when you flow, you're always is a little big word, okay? Nothing is always anything except death is, right? Or change is always different. But always is a little big word. So I spent the great majority of my life trying to practice flowing. Because when you flow atop life's current, you arrive at the place of your going. And you arrive with ease and grace because you're flowing. You're not manipulating, you're not resisting, you're flowing. And so when I moved to Mexico, it was a flow. All the doors just opened. It was aligned. And so it flowed. Coming here to Atlanta, the experience has been different. I believe that the experience here is not for me to settle here. It's not for me to be here long term the way that I thought. And why do I say that? Because the doors aren't opening. they're closed. And because the doors are closed, I'm having to adjust and readjust in order to see the opening. Instead of saying, no, I'm going to stay here and exhaust every ounce of my finances and until I'm on the street. Well, life is not in support of that. You know, the only way I would live on the street is if I didn't listen to life. And life is guiding me through an open door that looks different than the one I thought. And I'm cool with that. Because every day I've been asking, may I be rightly guided? May I be held, sustained, and carried? Wheresoever you lead me, I will follow. And every day I've been held, sustained, and carried. I've been rightly guided. And I've been listening and following. And I had this insight on Tuesday that was like, oh, if I'm asking for guidance in everything that I'm doing that I normally do that creates all of the open doors in the world aren't effective, I'm being guided in a different direction. Let's call a spade a spade. Oh, I was like, bing. Okay. Now that I'm aware that I'm being guided in a different direction, I can surrender to that. Because it's not like, oh, there's nothing here in Atlanta and nothing's working out. No, that mindset keeps you in that mindset. Sometimes you have to feel the discomfort and find your way through the murk in order to see the big picture. It's not working. Am I doing everything I know and intuit to do? Everything that I would have done anywhere else and everything based on all that I've learned and inside of my own wisdom. Am I doing absolutely everything inside of this co-creation with God, with the universe, with life? Yes. And you still see closed doors? Yes. Then that's not the way. Then that's not the way. And that's okay, because the journey is to be along the path of the way, not to hold so tightly to what you thought, what you wanted, not to hold tightly to that, but to live like this. Lighter, open, receptive to the grand of life, receptive to the vastness of life, the magnanimous nature of life. Because if I believe and know that life is vast and wide, then I can't hold tightly to any thoughts or ideas. Thoughts and ideas come from where they come from, and they are creative and often creatively inspired. And you're following a path, and you're following a voice, and you're following a way. But it's sort of like if you hit a wall, don't go buy a chisel and start trying to. Because what if you chisel through and on the other side is a cliff where you fall to your death, where you fall to your misfortune, where you fall to deeper struggle? So if you hit, then let it bounce off. Allow yourself to bounce off of that and go in the direction of the openings. It's be like water. Water rises to the highest level. It goes along the way of its going. And so I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for these inspired moments, for my intuition, for the dreams that knock on my spirit, that seep into my being, for friends who have been like my rocks, for my partner for life, for this. Because this is all like a message in it's okay to just be free and to journey and to discover. and to allow yourself the room and space to change and grow and expand. And to be okay with not holding on, because so many people know that it's time to let things go. But they hold on tightly because of whatever reason, fear or, whatever the voices are, whatever they are. I want to say it's okay to let it go, and it's okay to change, and it's okay to not have the answers, and it's okay if you encounter a closed door, because if you just turn in a different direction and keep turning and keep turning and keep turning and keep listening to your intuition, keep being rightly guided, you will turn toward an opening. And when you see it, be in celebration and walk through it. It's okay that the door was closed, because if one door is closed, it's like vastness is open. Let's not make or try to make a yes out of no. Allow no. And keep on going. Keep it pushing. Because that's guidance. Resistance is fighting. Surrender is allowing. To flow is giving into. To be flexible, to be receptive is saying, I trust in that which is greater than I am. And I lean on that. I lean. And you might need people along the way. I have needed people along the way. I've never needed people along the way like this. Never. It's humbling. It's not always easy. But it is the way of the path. And eventually, I'm going to be on the other side. And Sanctuary Sunday is going to be a testimony of the journey. And how when you carry on and you stay firm in your faith, in your intentions, in life's magic, in the beauty, in your gratitude, you will manifest that which you've planted and cultivated. It's guaranteed. When I look over my life, I see all the things that I asked for that I manifested. All the things that I wanted that I was living. Too often we forget that we have been given what we've asked for. It's so easy to keep asking that we forget to pause and reflect and say thank you. So, may you know that a closed door is an open door. Keep shape-shifting. Keep changing, keep growing, keep listening, keep expanding until you walk through that vast space and you celebrate. Yep. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. Thank you for being here with me and subscribing and giving love, taking love, sharing love, being one inside life. For always, always is a little big word, for practicing the practice of being one and choosing to flow rather than resist. Resistance is easy, yet it's the most uncomfortable. To flow isn't always easy, and yet it's the most peaceful. So have a great day, an amazing week, and I'll see you next week. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Take care.